Happy Monday to everyone who's here. So I got to first start off by saying this. I have never in my life been a pot roast guy. Like, you know, the whole deal, like in a crock pot or in the oven for like a day and a half, right? Isn't that what our moms and dads did when we were growing up, or even, you know, as we transition into being adults and all that kind of fun stuff. So like soggy carrots, potatoes, onion, celery, sometimes even just bland, right? Like just like, and y'all probably like, Jeff, you haven't tried my pot roast. Time out. I don't care. It probably has a couple different glaring holes and flaws in there. So as the temperature changes outside, right? Like it was 81 on Saturday and it was like 53 yesterday. Cold fronts coming in. My lovely wife, Kelsey, starts talking about, as she puts it, I'm gonna do my best, Kelsey, all the yummy goodness we could eat in this chilly weather. Like she just kind of does this little deal, and she like just imagine her with like a blanket wrapped around her. So we find this recipe on the Traeger app, and I say, let's try it. Like, who cooks a pot roast on a Traeger? And again, probably some of you guys are like, Jeff, like, where have you been for the last 10 years? I don't care. I'm new to the Traeger game, and I've just found this thing, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So we go to our favorite butcher. We find a great chuck roast, the carrots, the onions, the celery, no potatoes, because Kelsey's just like, hey, Jeff, we're not going to eat potatoes because you're getting a little chunky. She doesn't exactly say it like that, but you know what I'm saying. So she creates this cauliflower rice base, almost like a risotto, out of this world, unbelievable. So I'm reading this app. I'm asking questions of Kelsey after it's sort of too late. Like, for example, it says, cut the carrots in 2-inch slices. So I got this like 8-inch carrot, and I'm like cutting it and then quartering it and doing all the things. She goes, why the hell would you be doing that? I'm like, it said 2-inch slices. These are slices. Like, what am I missing? Like, they basically wanted me to put the entire carrot into the deal. Well, too little, too late. I'm out, right? And so I've already screwed it up in Kelsey's mind. So then, clearly not impressed with me. Then I'm asked to put this beef stock and some wine concoction, and this recipe called for chipotle peppers, believe it or not. Like, kind of an odd deal, but holy buckets. I'm saying, hey, do I put it in the pan now? Because on the Traeger, it's gonna like it's supposed to come off while Cash is asleep, but I'm not allowed to be in the kitchen, right? All the things. And so, do I pour it over the meat, or do I let it just like set in? Like, again, I'm screwing everything up in Kelsey's mind. So, needless to say, my interpretation was not exactly the way she would have done it. Well, I will say this, guys. This turned out to be the best roast ever. Like, this thing was incredible. So you're probably wondering, like, Jeff, sweet story, sweet Renevier roast story. How in the world does this relate to real estate? There's one thing, guys, I really, really want you to take away from this story, and it's this. No matter what it is you're trying to accomplish, there may be a different opinion, a different way, a different technique. However, the end result is the same: completion of that goal. So if you want to build a book of business on referrals, right? For example, I want to build a book of business on referrals. I don't want to talk to anybody I don't know. Well, here's an idea. When was the last time you reached out to your clients on a regular basis? When did you host an event? And I know hosting events is sort of like not cool at the moment. There's ways around it in this climate that we're in. Guys, pour into your people, go on a number of appointments. That should be your absolute only focus each week. Jeff, I want to build my book of business on open houses. Okay, all right, cool. What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? We're going to door knock. Put in your calendar every day. You're going to knock on people's doors. You're going to circle prospect. You're going to do all those different types of tasks. So in the middle of the week, when you host an open house, someone says, why in the world are you doing an open house in the middle of the week? You're like, because I'm going to do 4 more this weekend. And oh, by the way, guys, it is okay to do an open house in the middle of the week. Just saying. Or lastly, hey, Jeff, I want to build, this is my favorite one. I want to build a book of business on online leads. Amazing conversion rate. We all know that's sort of chasing the tail from time to time. However, it can be done as long as your processes are in place, meaning it's specific, it's clear, it's intentional, it's deliberate on, okay, speed the lead, it comes in, this is exactly what I do every single freaking time. So one thing we've heard a lot lately from our coaching clients has been, Jeff, I got this listing. Oh my God, it's not selling. It's been on the market for 6 minutes, right? Because your sellers are panicking, right? So I would ask you not to panic. I would simply say, okay, what have you been doing? What have you been doing from a marketing standpoint? Well, I just put it on MLS because that's the only thing I've had to do for the last 18 months. Okay, well, now maybe we got to add some pepper. Maybe now we got to add a whole clove of garlic. Maybe now we have to add those chipotle peppers. Spice it up a little bit. Spice it up. First, look back at where you were. What were you doing? And then we're going to add some other stuff for that delicious roast, if you will. So we all want the delicious meal. We all want, in this case, that delicious roast, that great flavor melts in your mouth, the best damn roast you've ever had kind of a thing. It's not a one size fits all way of doing it, guys. So remember, taking a different path to get to the end result is okay. As long as you keep moving along the path and trusting your growth plan, you will get there. So I hope you all have an amazing week. And if you truly, truly need an amazing pot roast recipe, hit me up.